Good morning, children. How are you today? Сәлеметсіздер ме, балалар? Қалдарың қалай? Здравствуйте, ребята. Как ваши дела? The theme of our lesson is government policies. Бүгінгі біздің сабақ тақырыбымыз үкіметтің саясаты. Тема нашего урока называется государственная политика. Let's learn new words. Ban – жартысы, половина. Reduce – азайту, уменьшить. Allow – рұқсат етіңіз, позволять. Recycle – қайта өңдеу, перерабатывать. Invest in – инвестициялау, вкладывать в. Promote – алға жылжыту, продвигать. Introduce – таныстыру, вводить. Tax – салық, налог. Exercise number 1. Check the meaning of the verbs in the box. Then read policies from 1 to 9 below. Which do you agree with? Which do you disagree with? Okay. What's the translation of these words? So, if you have translated these words, these verbs, you must match with the pictures from 1 to 9. Which of the picture do you agree? And which of the picture don't you disagree with? If I was president, I'd promote environmental studies more in schools. If I was president, I'd ban diesel cars. If I was president, I'd stop pollution of the oceans. If I was president, I would tax people who don't recycle. If I was president, I'd invest in education in schools. If I was president, I would allow immigration from war-torn countries. If I was a president, I'd reduce plastic packaging. If I was president, I'd develop renewable energy resources. If I was president, I would introduce a tax on meat products. Exercise number 2. Listen to Sophie and Ross talking about what they would do if they were president. Which ideas for exercise 1 do they mention? First of all, you must listen, and then you must find what about they're talking about.
27. Hi, Sophie. What are you doing?
Oh, I have to write this essay for school. What I'd do if I was president and why.
Oh, yes. Have you had any ideas?
Well, the first thing I'd do is introduce a new tax.
What kind of tax?
A tax on people who don't recycle their rubbish.
I suppose you're right.
What would you do if you were president then, Ross?
Ooh, if I was president, I'd do a lot of things. Build better schools for a start.
What do you mean by better schools?
Well, more comfortable classrooms, for example. If classrooms were more comfortable, people would be happier at school.
Okay. What else?
Let me think. Oh, I would raise the price of petrol.
Petrol? Why?
Because if petrol was more expensive, people wouldn't use cars.
And what good would that do?
Well, it would encourage people to use public transport, and then we wouldn't have so much noise and pollution.
Right. Sounds like you've thought about this. I can use some of those ideas in my essay. Thanks. Are you sure you don't want a career in politics, Ross? If you were a politician, I'd vote for you.
President Ross Taylor. Nice idea.
Okay, exercise number 3. If you have listened the listening, let's do exercise number 3. Listen again and complete the sentence. In this exercise, you must complete. Exercise number 4. Make a poster. What would you do if you were a president? Make colorful poster. Let's watch the video and try to make your video.
I don't really know what the good angle for this is. Hey, it's Melwen, and it's the first weekend of June. I didn't make a video last week, so here I am trying to make 2 videos. I literally just changed my shirt to make it seem like this was another thing. I just wanted to talk very quickly about 5 things I would do if I were the President of the United States. The first thing is reparations for, I guess, Black Americans. I recently just watched this 20-minute thing on Netflix, and it's from a series called Explained. The first episode is explaining the racial wealth gap, and basically how racism has worked in the US. From what I understand is that white people were really fucked up to Black people, and instead of saying, I'm sorry, here's something to make you feel better, it was just like, out of 10 things, we're gonna stop doing 1 thing. And then maybe like 5 or 10 years later, oh, we'll stop doing 2 things. And then when Black people are like, we want more than that, and the white people are just like, well, we already stopped doing it. Why do you want an apology or money for the work that we made you do? The second thing that I would do if I were President of the United States is also reparations and open opportunities for Native Americans in government, in entertainment, and every other industry. Basically, this land was originally the Native Americans, and then also again Europeans came over and fucked it up, spreading diseases and like forcing Native American children into these missionary schools, or so I've heard. Maybe it's not true. I would love for it not to be true. But if it is true, I think that the people who did that need to pay for it. Like something needs to happen. It's unfortunate that this land originally belonged to a group of people, and that group of people, at least in my world of 26 years as an American, I have not really seen no visibility. It's not seeing a lot of people in power. It's like not even mentioned. Like, I pledge allegiance to this flag of the United States of America, and it's just like, what about the people who were here before America was America? The third thing is care for the homeless and the poor. I want to be very confident that everybody I see on the street wants to be there. If I were the President of the United States, I would work on providing health care and housing for people who want it, but it's very hard for them to have it, either because of, mental health or just unfortunate circumstance, combination of both. The fourth thing that I would do if I were President of the United States is care for women education and health. I would definitely make abortions readily available to the women who are impregnated but don't want to have this thing change their bodies and have to care. It's a thing for like 9 months. Whoa, what type of health condition is that? I mean, it's cool that there's another human being coming out at the end, but if I'm not ready to take care of another human being, then and then the last thing that I would do if I were the President of the United States is to require employers to give their employees 2 weeks of vacation, which I think I might have at my workplace, but there's just things in my immediate future that I need to take care of. All right, that's it for me. I don't know. Who am I? Who am I?